is Athena again. Today I'd like to practice with you using some yoga tune-up balls. If you don't have them, you can use any other brand or maybe some tennis balls, anything that has a ball shape and that has at least a little bit of a give to keep your muscles and bones safe. So there's that. And then also a book. This one's a little bit small, but something that resembles a yoga block. If you have a yoga block, that's perfect. And we're gonna use this at the end of this practice. We will start with one ball. So you can take it out of the tote. You can take both out because we're gonna use both afterwards, and keep it on the little bag so it doesn't roll away. We're gonna come to stand, so my head might be cut off from the camera. But we will start with one foot on the ball. And just start by rolling the ball around softly along the underneath of the foot. Just start and get used to it. Feel the sensation of the ball against the foot. And I'm filming this during the quarantine period in this month of March. So I kind of feel like I need, and maybe you also need, some tools to ground yourself. So I really like this practice because the feet are kind of the direct connection to the ground, and it just feels nice to have a better sensation of the ground underneath us, to feel a little bit more anchored. So now let's place the ball right underneath the heel and just press into the ball. So think of squishing the ball as much as you can. And from there we'll start rolling along the inner arch of the foot. So here it's really your choice, your pressure. You might just want to roll softly, or maybe press a little bit harder. What you're looking for is a sensation that works for you. You don't need to be super painful or anything. And make sure you can still breathe through the sensation, that it's not a sharp pain that cuts the breath. So with the feet like this, you kind of have a good amount of control, thankfully. And then we'll switch to the outer edge of the foot. That side is sometimes a little bit more sensitive, or it's kind of smaller than the inner arch, so be mindful. And we're rolling from the base of the heel to the pinky toe mound, so the base of the pinky toe. Let the arms relax as you do this. The upper body doesn't need to do anything but hold you up. And let's go to the center of the foot. So we were starting just at the start of the heel, and from there roll it up to the mounds of the toes and back up to the base of the heel. You might look at your foot and notice how it reacts over the ball. Bones kind of move around. It's pretty neat to see. And from there, let's zigzag. So going along the length of the foot, you're going to roll side to side from the inner edge to the outer edge, and then go back down towards the heel. You're also working your balance here, coordination as well, kind of. That's pretty good. And then when you go back up to the mounds of the toes, stay there and drape the mounds of the toes over the ball. So you might see the little bones over the mounds of the toes that stretch apart, maybe kind of stick out of the skin with a lighter color. So let that happen, let those bones kind of stretch apart a little bit more. And then roll side to side. So the heel is on the floor and you're just pivoting the foot side to side so the ball rolls along the toe mounds. And really go from the big toe mound all the way to the pinky toe. Feel the ball massage the whole width of the foot. And from there, let's drape all 5 toes over the ball. So think of stretching the toes apart, as if you were going to pick up the ball. You are welcome to try. I can't. So just keep stretching apart the toes and press the toes into the ball as if you were going to squish it and maybe pull it up. And then bring all 4 little toes to the floor. Keep the big toe on the ball. From here, gently push the big toe into the ball. And release the pressure and lift the heel. See how much you can flex your big toe. And keeping the heel lifted, press the toe into the ball. Release the toe, keep the heel lifted. And one last time, push the big toe into the ball. And release. Release the heel down and just come to stand, both feet on the ground. You may close your eyes if that feels good and notice. Bring your attention towards your feet and feel what's the difference between both feet. Maybe different sensations, temperatures, maybe even the ground feels different underneath your feet. All right, and let's go to the other one. So starting by softly drawing the whole surface of the foot with the ball. And so, as I was saying, it helps to ground. The world has so much panic, so much chaos, it seems, at least through the news and through the media, that ourselves in our personal day-to-day lives and our personal practice, let's take advantage of this time and really connect to the earth and connect to ourselves at the same time. And that way maybe we can create a sense of calm, a sense of stability to which we can come back to. And then we'll bring the heel onto the ball and squish it down. If you have new balls and they feel really hard when you use them, it's a good way to squish them in a little bit more, kind of soften them. And from here, roll the inner arch of the foot. From the big toe mound to the base of the heel. It's really the sweet spot when you get a foot massage, in my opinion anyway. And then go to the outer edge of the foot. And bring the ball to the center of the base of the heel. And then roll up the center of the foot. You might feel a little bit more pressure here. Sometimes it feels nice. It feels a bit more sturdy. Take this time to notice your breath. Notice if your focus is so much on the ball that you're forgetting everything else. Kind of bring your attention back to the whole body. And then bring the ball under the toe mounds. Oh, I forgot one. Let's zigzag. So from the base of the heel, zigzag your way up and down the foot. So we're massaging in the opposite direction of the fibers of the muscles of your foot. Kind of like stringing a guitar, like strumming a guitar, going in the opposite direction of the long muscles. All right, and now let's bring the ball under the toe mounds and drape it over. So let the toe mounds stretch over the ball. Let the bones stretch apart. Might also invite a bit of a stretch in the Achilles tendon, or more the back of the mollet, the calf, And then roll side to side, really going from the edge of the big toe mound to the edge of the little toe mound. If you wear shoes a lot, especially shoes that are kind of more constricting, smaller at the end, at the tip of the shoe, this is a great way to loosen up the muscles, the fascia, and kind of help your foot come back to a more stable and natural shape. Also, walking bare feet, great way to fix your feet and to ground yourself. All right, and then just drape the toes over the ball. Press the tips of the toes into the ball. Maybe pick up the ball if you've done it on the other side. And keeping the heel down, lower the 4 little toes to the floor. Keep the big toe on the ball. And keeping the heel down to start, just press the big toe into the ball as if you were going to push a hole in it. And release. And now lift the heel. See how much you can flex that big toe. And then keeping the flexion, press the big toe into the ball. Notice if your fingers are also stressing here. Release the big toe. One last time, again with the heel up, press the big toe into the ball. And release everything down. Bring both feet back to the floor. Notice the ground underneath you. Let's take all together a big breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Feel the whole weight of your body onto your heels, onto your feet. Effortlessly keeping yourself up and anchoring down. And then we'll gently come down to the floor, whatever way you prefer to come down. And we will be using the 2 balls. massage the upper back. So I do recommend being closer to the skin as you can, just to have a better grip with the balls. And I don't know about you, but I've been looking at my phone a lot, looking at the news and stuff. So I feel like I need a lot of release in the shoulders, in the traps, in the back. So let's hope this is helpful for you. We're gonna start with the balls against the traps. So the traps are those muscles that stick up at the top of the back here, going towards the neck. So the balls will just be here, and we're gonna lie down on the back. With the balls here. The head will come down, and you want to be on the meaty part here. So kind of really at the top here, and you'll feel the balls there. The arms can go by your sides, and you'll lift the hips. If that's a bit hard to sustain and you have a yoga block, you can place a yoga block under the hips to support you. Or if you can, stay here. And take a moment to let the weight of the body press down into the balls. If it's the first time you do this, and if there are new tune-up balls, it might be a little bit intense. So as long as you can breathe easily, that's fine. Otherwise, maybe lower the hips a little lower. And I invite everyone to just breathe. Let the breath be nice and slow, maybe effortless. And we'll lift the arms up towards the ceiling. And then shrug the shoulders up, shoulders towards the ears, like you're saying, I don't know. And then release them down towards the back. So you're shrugging up and sliding down. 3 more times. Shrug up. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades here, or squeezing the traps, and then slide them down, relaxing them. One last time, shrug it up. Slide it down. Stay here. Lower the arms down. One more breath here. And bring your hands under your head. And you're going to slide your way up. And bring the balls about at the height of the tops of the shoulder blades. So about 2 inches down from where you were before. You might bring the balls a little bit closer together. And when you're ready, you'll lift the hips up again. So staying here, if you're not sure where they are, you can look here. And they will be about here, at the top edge of the shoulder blade. And you can also go and touch your shoulder blade and feel the bone at the top of the back that is in a parallel line to the floor, more or less. And it'll be on the inside of that. So just on either sides of the spine. Once we're all there, hips are lifted, arms are by your sides. And we'll simply do little movements here with the whole body. So using your feet, you're gonna shrug your whole body up and down. Doing like little jumps, or really just little movements, sliding movements up and down. So the balls are rolling about 1 centimeter up and down, really small. Make sure you're still breathing. Not only are you releasing the muscles of the upper back, you're also kind of using your glutes and your hamstrings here, which if you're sitting all day, staying at home or working, that's awesome. Okay, let's go lower. You can lower the hips just a moment to help to release. Bring the head into the hands and slide yourself up a few more inches. So the balls will be between the shoulder blades. the shoulder blades as you were at the top. Now you're right between them. So kind of mid-upper back. And that should be a pretty sweet spot most of the time. So the muscles the muscles that squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Hips are lifted once again. Head could stay down. And lift the arms up towards the ceiling. And then we'll do like the shoulder push-ups, but on our backs here. So reach the arms up towards the ceiling, stretch the shoulder blades apart, and then squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. So you're basically squishing the balls with the shoulder blades. And then reach it up, stretch that space. Feel that pressure of the ball, it's pretty intense. And then squeeze it down. It's like you're pushing the shoulders down towards the floor and the shoulder blades towards each other. 3 more times. Stretch it apart. And squeeze. Stretch it apart. And squeeze. Let's keep breathing. Inhaling to protract and stretch. Exhaling to retract, squeeze. Come back to neutral. Release the arms. And roll yourself 2 inches lower. So the balls are now about at the bra line, or if you're not a person or a human who wears a bra, it's about right below the tips of the shoulder blades. And from here, you'll bring the right knee in towards the chest, interlace the fingers around the knee. Left knee can stay bent. Maybe extend the legs, or the left leg. Right knee stays in. And we'll do little bounces here. So bouncing the right knee towards you and away with the help of your hands. So your body is bouncing a little bit over the balls. And let's take full breaths. Breathing through the nose. You might imagine the breath creating space in the mid-back, right against the tune-up balls or the tennis balls. One more full breath. Lower the right foot, switch legs, left knee to the chest, and release the fingers around the knee. Maybe extend the right leg. And then bounce. Little bounces with the left leg. Creating that very subtle movement of the back against the massage balls. Take one more long, soft breath. And slow down the movement. Lower the left foot down. If the right leg is extended, bend the knee. And we'll roll onto one side. Bring your top arm behind you to grab the balls if they didn't roll away. Place them back onto the little tote and take a moment in your fetus pose on to your side. Invite the breath to create space in the back body, between the shoulder blades. And notice if you might feel a little bit more space for you to breathe in. And when you're ready, push the top hand into the floor to come up onto the hands and knees. So this tuna ball portion of this practice is over. We're going to move it out a little bit. So coming to a tabletop, the hands are directly under the shoulders, the knees directly underneath the hips. And we'll do some shoulder rolls here. So shoulder blades will come to squeeze towards each other, like we just did with the tune-up balls between the shoulder blades. And then they're going to come up towards the ears. Then protract, stretch the space between the shoulder blades, and then slide them down the back. And squeeze together, slide up, stretch apart, slide down. And find a fluid movement here as you're circling down, squeeze, up, stretch, and down, squeeze, up, stretch. One more time. Down, retract, up, protract, and come back down and retract. Doing the opposite direction. From retraction, from squeezing, slide them down, protract, slide up, retract, slide down, stretch apart, slide up, squeeze together, and find that circle motion. Imagine you're like a train that rolls like this, like a locomotive. One more. And come back to neutral. Let's retract the shoulder blades and then find a cow spine. So hips lift, belly goes down, gaze forward. Also slide the shoulders away from the ears. And then protract and round the spine in the cat spine, gazing in. Same thing, retract forward, cow spine, and then protract, push into the floor, round the spine. One more time, inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, round, push the back of the heart towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back to a cow spine. And from there, squeeze the right hip towards the right shoulder, like a C shape. And then round the spine in a cat spine. And then squeeze the left side, left shoulder to the left hip. And come back to the extended cow spine. And again, find those circles, finding fluidity. You can close your eyes. And roll yourself as if you were drawing circles with the top of the head and with your tailbone. Squeeze the right side, round the spine, squeeze the left side, extend the spine. 2 more circles like this. Let the head move with the back. And then come back to your extended spine, cow spine. And then squeeze the left side, left shoulder, left hip. Round, gaze in. Squeeze the right side. Extend, look up. And squeeze the left side. Round, squeeze the right side. Look up. And inviting fluidity. Keep circling your spine. Close your eyes, and this time see if you can follow the movement along with the breath. Two more circles. And come back to a neutral spine. Let's tuck the toes. Push yourself up and back to an easy down dog. Knees bent. Don't strain it. Just find an easy dog. Maybe keep moving the spine as you come here. And look forward and find little steps to come all the way to the top of the mat. Staying here, bend the knees deeply. Let the upper body get soft and get heavy. Grab the opposite elbows like a rag doll. Let the upper body just hang here. Maybe rock side to side. And finding that anchoring of the feet again. Feel the heels, the toe mounts and the toes pushing into the floor, holding the weight of the body. And from here, come back to center slowly. Release the hands. Inhale, find a nice long spine, halfway up. Exhale, bring the fingertips down and step the left foot back. Lower the left knee. Push into the right heel and lift your arms up, moving slowly, consciously. Exhale, find cactus arms, elbows bend 90 degrees, squeeze the shoulder blades in the back. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, elbows back, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms up. And interlace the fingers behind the head. Squeeze or hug the elbows in and push the head back into the hands. And I want you to embrace the double chin here. So we're counteracting the text neck or the computer neck, the hunching forward and pressing the head forward neck. So lighting of the muscle at the back of the head, at the back of the neck. Take one more breath here. And then gently release the hands. Reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the left hand to the floor. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale in your twist. Find space between both shoulders. Bring the right arm back. Bend into the left knee. And perhaps go grab your foot. If you have a strap or a scarf to help you, you can also use that. And let the hips soften. I want you to roll the right shoulder back and find a little bit more opening at the front of the chest. And from here, maybe bring the left heel a little bit closer or not. See how you feel. Inviting space at the front of the left thigh, the quads, the hip flexors. If we're sitting a lot, especially if we're stressing and worrying as we're sitting, it's good to let that go and give it space. One more breath. Slowly release the back foot. Bring the right hand to the front of the mat, lift the left knee, and step the foot forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Keep bending the knees gently. Bring your arms back and grab your opposite elbows behind you this time. And then let it go. Head heavy towards the floor. Finding that stretch, the arms back. Feet anchoring down once again. Maybe do a little yeses and nos with the head, release the neck. Slowly release the hands, slide them down to the shins. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fingertips down, right foot back, lower the knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms in cactus. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze it back. Last time, reach the arms up. And bring the hands interlaced behind the head. Hug the elbows in and gently push the head back. Embrace that double chin. And keep finding that lengthen. You might feel some sort of alignment through the spine. That's how I feel. It kind of feels like putting a piece of puzzle in the right place. One more breath. And release slowly. Reach the arms back up. Exhale, twist it to the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Inhaling here. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up. In your twisted low lunge. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Think of stretching from the tailbone to the top of the head. And exhale here, create space between the shoulders. And then you might bend the right knee and go grab your right foot. Roll the left shoulder back. And invite the space at the front of the right thigh. Don't forget your right shoulder also. Roll it back. Keep inviting space at the front of the chest. Let's take one more soft breath. Slowly release the right foot. Both hands at the front of the mat, lift the right knee, and step the foot forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Arms back, either interlace or grab the opposite elbows again, or interlace the fingers. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to fold over bent knees. Head heavy. You might stretch the hands up towards the ceiling as if they were going to go overhead. While keep inviting softness. Letting the upper body drape over the legs. And keeping a gentle bend in your elbows as well. Slowly slide the hands back all the way to the shin. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, lower down. Step both feet back into an easy downward dog. Bent knees. Inhale, come forward towards a plank. And lower the knees. And slowly make your way all the way to the belly. From here, we shall bring your left arm to your left, so like this, in a bent elbow at 90 degrees. The left side of the head will come to the floor, and you're gonna roll onto your left side. I like to bend my knees and stack them on top of the other. You might also keep the left leg stretched out and place the right foot back behind you. Find your version where you can stay here for a little while. You can close your eyes. We're inviting some space at the front of the chest, stretching the pectoral muscles. Let the head get heavier. And let the breath take its space and invites calm here. Feel a bit of tingling, that's totally normal. Moving very gently. You're gonna come back onto your belly. And go to the other side. So the right arm is bent at 90 degrees. Left hand by the chest. Right ear to the floor. And roll onto the right side body, finding your version of your pec stretch. Moving gently, slowly come back to the belly. Make sure the balls in the book are close by. And roll onto your back. Keep the knees bent, heels down. And you may touch the back of the heels with the tips of the fingers. Keep the arms by your sides. And push the back of the head gently to the floor. And lift the hips up. Finding a little bridge. Not forcing too much to come up. Keep the back of the head pressing down to the nose is pointing up to the ceiling. Feel the traps at the top of the shoulders pushing to the floor. Maybe slide the shoulder blades a little bit closer to each other if you like. And from here, I want you to bring your focus to the back of the legs and the glutes. So the glutes are working here. Maybe not overly working, but they are supporting you. And your hamstrings are as well. To help that, think of energetically pulling the heels towards your shoulders, as if you were going to fold the mat underneath you. So keep pressing the heels towards you. You might start feeling a burn. So staying here for 5 more counts. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release, lower the pelvis down. Bring the knees towards the chest, keep the tailbone pushing down to the floor, keep a little curve in the lower back, and rock gently side to side. And then you can lift the tailbone and around the spine a little bit more. Keep rocking side to side. And then slowly release the feet down. If you did remove your sweater for the sequence, I invite you to put it back on, make yourself warm and comfortable to finish off. And we will find our tune-up balls and make sure they are in their little tote. And we'll finish with one of my all-time favorites. We will place the balls against the occipital bone. So you might feel at the base of the skull, there's kind of 2 bumps. So that's the occipital bone at the base of the head. So each ball is going to come against those two bumps. That's where the book comes in handy, to lift the balls a little bit higher so we have better access to that part of the head. You can just come to lie down, line yourself up with the book, and place the balls on the book and the head, stacked on top of that little stack of awesomeness. So once you're there, make sure you're comfortable. So it might slide a little bit, so try to find the sweet spot if you need. And once you have it, the arms will come to the sides, palms can face up. If you have glasses, you can take them off. And then let the weight of the head settle onto the balls. You're welcome to keep the knees bent or extend the legs, whatever's comfortable. Let the shoulders rest on the floor. And notice, observe. Can you notice any difference from before and after you started placing some pressure against the occipital bone? Many of us hold a considerate amount of pressure of holding there. So we can invite a bit of release, a bit of space. Right now, right here. If you feel like you can invite a bit more, you can do a little nose with the head, so rocking side to side and massaging the balls more in a wider way against the lower head. Don't be shy to adjust the balls if they slide away. And you can also do little yeses, so rocking the head up and down. You can go from one to the other. There's one that feels better for you, so from the stability or no or yes. Let yourself do what serves you the most, what your body says yes to. And when you've had enough movement, you can come back to stillness. If you feel like you need more movement, you're welcome to do that as well. And invite the forehead, the eyes, the cheeks to soften even more. Unclench the teeth, let the tongue rest at the bottom of the mouth. If this is really serving you, you can stay here. If you'd like to lower the head to the floor to finish the practice, you can gently bring your hands back. Bring one hand under the head and one hand against the block, book, and balls. Push the book back, keep the head into the other hand, and then gently lower the head down to the floor. You might bring the hands behind you if the head is to the floor, and massage the length of the neck. So going from the base of the neck, from the trapezius, up the length on either sides of the cervical spine, up to the occiput, to the back of the head, maybe even along the hair. Give yourself a nice head massage. Do that a few times, creating space and length along the neck. And when you're ready, the head there, and bring the arms by your sides. Palms can face up. Maybe extend the legs. Take as much space as you like. Letting the whole weight of the body soften onto the support of the ground. And the breath move gently in and out. You can stay in your Shavasana for a few more minutes. If you're ready to come up, start by deepening your breath and by inviting movement back slowly, slowly. And thank you for taking this time today. And I wish you to stay grounded, to stay connected to yourself, and to keep this sense of calm within yourself. Namaste.